Hello and welcome. Welcome to Squad Rivals, Old Bones versus Band of Bastards. Band of Bastards. I have got everyone's favourite co-caster, Barmin, /B__/ the OWI's squad hosting mistress, Barmin. Welcome, Barmin.
Yeah, but be here. Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. Thanks for having me, bud.
Barmin is meant to be join me on many casts because he's been requested. He keeps turning me down, to be honest. But we do have a game, and we do have Barmin. Sadly,
you know the only thing that could make it better, ads, is to have literally the best map in the game, and I cannot wait to see the absolute joy that is Balea.
It looks amazing. It plays amazing. It's a fantastic map. For all those who don't sense sarcasm, now's your time to turn to sense it. This map. OWI don't like you swearing. We're not affiliated with OWI at all, apart from we play their game. But it's fucking terrible. And if they don't realize it's fucking terrible and fucking shit, then that's a them problem and not me. Take the criticism. If the criticism comes with a swear word, sorry.
What I would say, in their defense, right, because it's quite a spread out map, you'll probably get less trading that have been caused by the new terrible update that's just come out. So there is one positive sort of thing of it. You'll probably see less of that in this round.
Well, Barman, I just had a quick thought process, and maybe they will enjoy us telling everyone how shit this map is, because this map was made by a former dev called Chancebra, who was game banned by OWI earlier this week.
Really? That's strange. I've not heard a single thing about that. Thankfully, that was successfully ignored and swept under the rug and hasn't affected the community whatsoever.
Yeah, the community didn't see that. The community didn't see someone criticizing their development and then proceed to game ban them. I've got the feeling that they've started game banning a few people, really got a sense of fucking how powerful that makes them, and they just thought, we'll fucking game ban everyone. But that's another story for another day. But anyway, this was made by Chancebra, former dev, who got game banned for either giving some insight into OWI's current development or an opinion on OWI's current development. Regardless, there's clearly no NDA there because they would have took legal routes. Instead, they game banned him, which is, in my opinion, very poor on OWI's side and sets a precedent for effectively game banning anyone who dares criticize them in the manner that they don't like. Anyway, this is not about Chancebra or OWI. This is about Old Bones. And I'm going to let Barman say it. Bob, which stands for...
Band of fucking bastards.
For anyone who doesn't know, there was a former YouTuber and Twitch player called Paraplays, and he had a very northern British accent. So he always taught that. Hello there, my name's Paraplays, and I play for Band of Bastards. That's how he'd talk, and for some reason, me and Barman find it hilarious. Go look up his videos if his various YouTube channels still exist.
Top content, highly recommend. Check it out. There's some good, miniatures? Not dolls. They're not dolls. They're collectibles for adults. So yeah, just a quick note. I know we wanted to get past this. We don't want to get the Salt horrible train going too far. One silver lining, I would say. Let's try and bring it back to a positive note. Chancebra not being part of the dev team anymore and being banned is no more fucking maps like Balea. So there you go. There is a bit of positivity to glean from there. Let's not try to start the stream with too much shade, and have a look at the different caps, should we? What have we got?
Well, so let me flip over to the game real quick. Here we go. For some reason, there we go. You'll see it. Let's have a look at our map and let's spawn in. Let's fly high. Here's your map. I'm going to be starting on Militia side, Militia Main. So from Militia Main, we have Depot, Nicola, Train Tunnel, which is, we'll talk about that, Tire Factory, and Valino. Thoughts on the layer, Barman?
It's shit. Over to you.
It's terrible. Train Tunnel is a terrible cap. I actually quite enjoy it for pub games, fighting in the train tunnels. But the issue is, when you get to this, what we call competitive squad, I prefer to call it organized squad, it has a grinding meta where you throw as many people inside the cap as you can, and it's just, it's sweaty, it's not, there's no tactics to it. There's just I pew harder than you inside these tiny little tunnels and these tiny little entrances to win. What I do enjoy about this map, and it's a shame they chose this map to do that, is the difference in factions. So we have Russians versus irregular militia forces. I like when it's not balanced like that, because it creates some different tactics for some like really cheesy, techie openings and things like that. And it mixes it up a little bit. We've seen yesterday or this morning in a game with ULD versus Spit. Some of the things that ULD did with the techies at the opening, they actually took down a 30 mil full with infantry, and you see that on these maps. The issue is people don't choose those layers, or we don't have enough AAS layers. I know what's going on in Russian main. AAS layers like that to be able to make this happen, which is in my view, if we made invasion more viable, that you could see those tactics being created there, but right now it's not. Let's have a look at Train Tunnel, Barman. What do you love about it?
I love the fact that basically in more organized, as we should say, matches, that you never really get inside Train Tunnel. Most of it happens outside. People sit in bushes. You get pinged from 100 miles away, and essentially, if you lose this flag, you lose the game, because they're so spread apart and the mobility so low. And if anyone's driven any vehicles in squad will know it's trash. It's even worse on this map because of all the fizz map. The roads, yes, it's more or less slightly better, but not much better than the hills. I would say Militia probably has an advantage with the techies. They can fly around and recover a bit more, but yeah, it's not good really. And as you can see, yes, there are a lot of trees on the cap itself, but you'll see a good, what do you want to say, about 50-meter sort of trench of openness, like around the entirety of the cap. So once the team establishes themselves on there, good fucking luck getting back in. So I guess that's one of the main criticisms I have about this map. It's a one flag map, really. If you're getting pushed back to Nikola or Tire Factory, that's basically GG for you. So yeah, not really much else to add. Hopefully we'll get some interesting play. I think the most enjoyable things and fun stuff we'll get out of it is, like you say, from seeing the militia side, what they can do with the techies. The SBG techie, my favorite vehicle in the game, if I'm honest. Super, super powerful if used correctly, but it's all dependent on having a good crew. If they're smart, they'll put 2 people in it, or they'll put one very experienced, capable person in it. And also, I'd quite like to see the old Black Pearl, or also known as the Meme Cannon, etc., etc., etc. It'd be nice to see a bit of that used, because it can be quite devastating. And if you're smart and capable, you can actually wreck BTRs with it. So not to be overlooked.
Yeah, that's the anti-air APC. We will be rolling as we are going live. Both teams are ready. And we're going to roll now. We'll go straight into it. Yeah, I think the openings are going to be exciting, but like you say, it's a one map. It's a one map layer. They're all talking Finnish. I don't understand the word they're saying. But the caps from that are so far apart. It doesn't make for exciting gameplay in any aspect, in any environment. It's just a god awful map. I call it the turtle map because if you look at it from top down, it looks like a turtle. It's a load of roads intertwining, and intertwining those roads are just little bumps, little hills, so it looks like the back of a turtle. I'll be starting on OB side, Old Bones side. They will be starting. They lost the toss, chose to start Militia main, and then Band of Bastards, Barman will be on their side. He'll be giving us some feedback as to what's going on in the command comms. They look like a German clan, so you might not be able to give me that, to be honest.
Well, I will do my best. I will try not to repeat any of the German phrases I know, because I don't think they're applicable to squad, but anyone that spent more than 5 minutes with me will know exactly what I'm talking about.
By the way, when we talked about all that, I didn't even have the stream up. Now I do have the stream. Well, I did have the stream up, but I didn't have the gameplay up. Now the gameplay is up. But there's your layer on the rounds. At least we got it up for the rollouts anyway. I've made that mistake before where I once streamed one round. Oh my god, what is going on towards the outside of Maine over here? What the hell? There's just anyway. I'm gonna hide over here next to a house. I'm just gonna tell the teams that we are live. There we go. So, like, oh, Jesus Christ, that's what's going on there. Here is your layer. As you can see, so from Militia, we've got Depot, Nicola, Train Tunnel, Tire Factory, and Velino. Vehicles each side, so lots of vehicles on Militia, lots of techies. It's probably easier going through Maine on them. So we have a ship box, which is not being used by OB currently. We have the SPG Techie. We have the Black Pearl, as Barming calls it. It's the anti-air APC. Then we have BMP, which interesting. Then Bihad EM. We switch over, and here we have what we got here. Sorry, we've got one Logitech, one Dishcom Techie, and sorry, Barming, and then another Dishcom Techie. There we go. What we got
cool. So on this side, they've got 3 Logi trucks. They've got 14.5 BTR. They've got 30 BTR. They've got BMP, and then they've got the fucking shitbox with the 14.5 on the top, but they're not taking it out. So they're taking everything apart from the shitbox 14.5. Everyone's loaded up and ready to go in that. Like I said, I would say it's probably a bit more favoured to insurgent vehicle because of the mobility. Though Russia has the stronger vehicles in the sense of they pew a bit harder and have a bit stronger armor. But
yeah, for example, we've got the BMP-1 over this side. You have the BMP-2 over there as the Russians. Timings, get into tunnel. If you're looking on the screen, this little junction here where the railway crosses the road northeast of tunnel, or near the junction, it's along there where they tend to meet each other. So if you send techies in on this eastern side across the bridge, you'll tend to find lodges coming from this eastern side across the river, just coming in after you make that slight left kink. If you get the timings right, the vehicles are very difficult to drive on this. For some reason, it's like literally driving on ice, even though the roads don't seem to represent ice. But that's what they've gone for.
Yeah, so you should, militia should get there first, and if they're sensible, they should be able to get the rush off and blow up some Russian vehicles if they're quick. It's also important to remember that the militia get, I believe it's the militia get, the super duper hack kit, which is basically an SPG. So that's to look out for as well.
Yeah, as militia, like I said, you'd probably be looking to just dot around the map, annoy those vehicles. Camping Maine as militia should be a tactic used because it's going to be so powerful. I'm going to keep our map open so we can look at the openings. You can just see how far away the teams are. It's for a map that feels small, it's actually fairly large. It feels small because, well, there's not a lot of points of interest. There's not a lot of, not a lot of things going on the map at all, to be honest. You're going to get sick of us slating the map, but oh god, it's terrible.
Fucking settle in, boys, because it's not going to end.
Yeah, you're offended by us berating this map. I suggest you turn over to a more PC-friendly stream. I don't know, maybe go watch Moy Dog.
So
anyway.
Yeah, basically you can discount probably about, literally you draw a line sort of through the middle of the map, more or less. You can discount kind of half of it from K to 13, really. You're drawing a line from there, and you're not going to see anything in there other than the occasional maybe flank for a sapper or something like that.
Yeah, I imagine the roads around Russian Maine will be, well, should be. I would mind them. I'm just going to be sticking on board with Obi Varus, as he's going to be... Oh, he loses control. They're all actually going to get out because he's lost control.
BOB are not talking at all in Squad Leader comms, but they are holding back. They're going for a more reserved approach. I think they probably counted the timings.
Yeah, so they were clever. They got out early. They haven't got out early. Like you said, they know the timings. OB did rush a techie with a few lats, and like you said, that very OP hack hit to the junction north of Bridge, but no one's... Well, Bob aren't really entertaining that as they've all got out early. The 30 mil is flanking to the east, drops off a squad on the hill. Just going to keep the map open here just so you can see what's going on. There's not really action. We have squad 5 coming in from the hills, and that is about it. OB setting up on train tunnel as they should be. Two nice habs actually from BOB. I think BOB have done really well with their openings. They've watched the games and realised that they don't really want to waste tickets or assets trying to get the timing in their favour, because it's just not going to happen. What you can hear is the 30 mil down the road just wrapping rounds towards... It looks like that was Shamani who went down.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying before coming into play, is you've got that big open ground, especially on the north and east, where you're not really going to get across, but they've got good people there. But BOV do have an opening on the northwest side, and no one's really guarding that forest for OB, and they're going to have some issues there if they don't pay attention to it. We've got Massa on that side, and I'm not going to say that fucking name because I can't pronounce it, but they're coming up there on the left.
Yeah, they've sent quite a lot towards there. We have one guy, Map Edge. He's already gone down. It's Massa's job to see where they're coming from. Massa takes out the squad leader, Acid. What they're doing really well with the vehicles, Bob, is they have that 30 mil. Squad 5 were pushing out to the northeast side of train tunnel, and they were going to protect the northeast side. But as you can see, the 30 mil, they're all this Squad 5 are hiding, and the 30 mil is effectively loud. You can see just only two have crossed. Mortars are going out on their position as well, but only 2 have crossed. But that's more than enough. That means that more can come, but the 30 mil's pushing in too far. I'm not sure why he's pushing in too far. He was good where he was, and now he's getting latted from the hills. He's actually going to retreat.
We've got the OB scout class managed to get a rally down behind Bob's eastern fob there. There's not many in that squad, so maybe they'll do some squad jumping or something like that to see what's what. But now they're pulling back the scout car behind. But that scout car needs to watch out because it's coming out right behind the Russian BMP.
Yes, we have one guy frozen who's taking it upon himself to go up the hill.
And it is looking, that scout car is absolutely dead.
Oh, we're missing this. Let's have a look.
I don't know what their process was there, trying to fight the BMP with the scout car. Yes, they're behind, yes, they had it on rear, but there's no way you're winning that at all. And so that's a waste. That's bad play and a misunderstanding of vehicles there from Squad 1 on OB's side.
Well, what they did do is they did get that rally down, like you said.
They did, yeah.
So they might be able to sneak on this northeastern hab. It's like Squad 5 with fairly. There's a lot of mixing going on right now. If we go over towards the cap, Bob have done a really good job of sort of intertwining themselves currently on the hill. OB really shouldn't be letting them in, but you can see we have red in front of blue. So what we should have is red to the right and blue to the left, but it's looking opposite right now. We obviously do have the hab still up as well. Let's have a look at the hab we've got for OB. It is south outside in the tunnel. The hab is outside as well, which means if BOB can take control of the tunnel, the cap is going to be there for them.
That's an interesting fob that OB's got there. I don't know if that would be my first choice, if I'm honest. It's outside the building and it is cut off. So if they get anyone to the north of that, that's going to be an easy fob and hab to lock down.
Yeah, it's going to be fairly camped as well from the hills. And personally, I don't like it inside because it can be disabled from the top. Where I do prefer it is just on top of the hill, just somewhere nice and hidden. And then use the rallies off that, and obviously the buddy rally system, which regular militia forces get the buddy rally, right?
No. It's just insurgents now.
Oh, it's just insurgents
it used to be, but then they changed it. Yeah.
Game knowledge. This is really strange what's going on. BOB shouldn't be getting up this high, but this squad, the squad out on that northern side, northern map edge, have done really well. They've taken out Smiggle and Keeler Purse.
Yeah, it's funny. They're almost on their hab already behind them. Bob. I don't know what Obi's done there to just let him stroll through, but they must have seen it.
What? Oh, he's dead. Oh, God, dude. I just went really close on board with Rengo, and Rullis just threw a nade that slid right next to him. Great nade from Rullis.
Oh, and OB's hab's under threat now. They've got 2 of them on it, and they've cleared the defenses. So if they push up, OB's going to be in some fucking issues here.
Yeah, Stoney's pushed
We've got
up.
Massa. Can Massa get the clear? Massa does get the clear on that, so that's good job to him. They've only got 1 on the OB fob at the back. But still, it's going to cause some issues, and they're going to have to pull back.
Just a small note as well, if we look over towards the, where is it, the Nicola cap, where, oh, it looks like he's dead, but BOB did have a combat engineer in there. Bob frozen is currently camping the hab. Massa's coming down, but this is the issue. They found the hab, it's out in the open, and now it's getting mortared.
Yeah.
This is their only hab, by the way. This is other than Nicola, this is their only hab, and looks like BOB applying pressure from all sides with great map control. Even the eastern side where OB were trying to capture, Bob have really gone in hard on that eastern side as well, and that hab is down. That hab is down. Let's take a look at the map for rallies. Rallies are further back for OB as well. The 2 habs from BOB. This opening is. I was speaking to Dr. Hammer prior to streaming this, and he said people miss. What did he say?
Underestimate
BOB. BOB are, well, they're doing great things here against a team which is, well, highly experienced in OB. It looks like they're currently surrounding a techie, potentially trying to get something else up. But they've also brought in the BMP-1 as well, just to try and defend the hab. But you can't defend the hab with a BMP against mortars. Let's have a look.
Yeah, and they've got the UAV up as well above that, so they can see all of it.
What we do have right now is OB north on Tire Factory. We have squad leader 1 Gazelli and Bobby. Rather than going for the hab that was south of that rally, they're mortaring the BMP instantly. So someone is out
and
there.
We've got a suicide drone set up and going, so it might be worth keeping an eye on that. It's moving east up towards BOB's eastern fob. I think they're looking for it. So for anyone that's not familiar, a super easy tactic to do is you get your sapper to drop a bunch of IEDs on the drone, and then you can fly the drone wherever you want, and there you go. That's an easy fob radio rip there. And so you can see at the moment, that's what they're going for, and they're looking for it now. The only real defense for it is to try and shoot it down, but, you know, it rarely gets stopped.
Looks like Rullis, who's in charge of the UAV, has spotted the hab. He has gone dive down for the radio, it seems. Radio is hiding in this bush. Oh, he's found it. He parks it next to it. Say goodbye to that radio.
And there you go.
Nice work from Rullis there, really using that utility well. That's what you want to see. Get all those basics right. I know I keep talking about those basics in every stream, but it's vital. So we do have.
So that's a good rip for them, but it's still BOB are at an advantage. And what they'll do is they'll start forcing Bob to go on that western hab, and which is actually the easier route for them. So even though yes, it's great, they ripped the radio and stuff. It's not going to have a huge impact, or as huge an impact as it would have if it was the western one.
It's really hard to keep up with what's going on here. BOB still pushing that side. It looks like they might be OB. I'm going to call them OB and Bob because this is getting confusing. Looks like Mass is trying to get.
Oh, and they've lost the tire factory habs going down for BOB. They have got a 30 mil on there and a backup rally. But it looks like, you know, if OB can get back in there and take train tunnel, it might go in their favour. But it's not. It's actually been capping for Bob.
So Bob, BOB, capping train tunnel right now. Massa is doing a huge job trying to get this Hab back up, and we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spawning in on it instantly. 6. So mass spawn on it. It's going to be their job to push in. No one from Bob really camping it as they're wrapping around the the west side of it for some reason. Beef is going to take it upon himself to counter this squad out to the west. Tickets currently 287 to 287 kills, 36 to 40.
So they've got a decent prod. OB's got a decent prod going on at Tire Factory at the top here, but there's a 30 mil at the top, and they are getting reinforced. So yes, they've postponed the mortars for a little bit, but I don't think they're going to be able to convert any of this into anything useful up here. Yeah, anyway, at the moment, anyway.
Well, delaying the mortars has allowed them to get this Hab back up, and we see the majority of the teams spawning it. Hopefully they'll be able to get their rallies out as well. You see squads rearming. I get hit from every side as Frozen takes out my mood. The leader for OB. He goes down to Joker. Oh, they're getting
what I will say, it's hard to hold a consistent line here on this map because of the amount of foliage and stuff like that. But BOB are getting through behind them on a lot of occasions, and OB really need to, you need to put yourself in a position where someone has to challenge to get through your line. And I think that's one of the things that people fall victim to is you can defend, but you need to defend so that you have to be taken care of, essentially. There's no point sitting there if they're just going to walk past you, and it makes no difference.
You can actually hear the 30 mil, I believe it is, rattling off rounds. That's going to be pushing up onto the edge of train. It looks like it's taking some damage. Oh no, it's the BMP.
It's the BMP, yeah.
I don't know why I didn't know that by the rate of fire. There we go. It's going to be shooting round him randomly. I'm not sure what he's doing now.
OB has captured train tunnel, which is good. That's kind of that re-push and respawn from the FOB really helped them. But I think it's still pretty even. I wouldn't.
Oh, here we go.
I wouldn't discount here come the mortars coming back in.
We have an SG-25 on that Hab as well. They are getting farmed on the hills. BOB are taking control. You can see them flanking out to this eastern side. Only, hopefully the murderer's name, Lutsu. He's the only person for OB. It looks like he's about to go down. Yeah, he does. So he's going to be getting flanked on each side. Mortars are going down, taking out the Hab. And if these mortars can take down the Hab, the SG-25 might have a run at the radio. It's actually opened up the radio for it. Let's stay on board. Here it comes, and it does. It takes out the radio.
Oh, when it actually gets it, that's really impressive.
I hope they meant that.
Give them I was just about to say, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that was the point of doing it. But yeah, that's big, and now OB are in a really difficult position.
Yeah, if you ask me,
they do have a logi. I wonder if they've got anything in there. We'll see.
You see Rullis is getting back into it now. He's going to be backtracking. We can see there's mines everywhere, and also what we have is a 40. Is that the 30 mil or the 40.5 mil? I can't really tell because the red sucks. I'm just going to have a look.
To the south, that's the 14.5, yeah.
40, so we have a 14.5 camping the main road coming out of Main, and we look at the mines as well that are surrounding Main. So, for some reason,
I believe that 14.5 has been rearming that sapper and just driving around. And it's like you said at the start, getting those sappers in the back line does make a difference. We
have a radio down already here for OB. We have a Hab going down on the building next to where they were previously, but we do have squad 3 pushing in.
I don't get the logic there. You're essentially putting it back in the same spot exactly, and there's someone coming right in on top.
He doesn't see Rullis. He doesn't see Rullis though. He hops out of the vehicle and gets the kill. Oh, both of them. That is nice. That is nice from Rullis. There's no one else here to help the squad of Skillis. And they're going to be able to get that up by the looks of it. That was close. That was really close.
They've still got more people in the position to the east, just on the eastern ridge, that can pull that back in. And the other thing is now they know exactly where it is. And I'm pretty sure you give it a minute or so, those mortars are going to come straight back down on it.
Yeah, we're not seeing many fighting inside the tunnel. And actually, strangely, if you get yourself inside the tunnel, there's only a few OB to deal with inside the tunnel to be able to run straight towards that hab again. And like you said, on that eastern flank as well, there was a squad over there. Not sure. Oh god, where's my map? I do apologize. Yeah, so that squad that ran over either didn't get a rally down, or the rally was taken down by Vapoli, and not going to be able to re-push that from any rally. Squad 1 still do have that rally, by the way, and they're constantly prodding the mortars at Tire Factory. So Squad 1 of OB, that's going to be their job. I just heard something blow up near main. Did I? No, maybe
let's have a look.
Interestingly, OB have taken what looks like either a techie or a BRDM towards Russian main. They're going to be doing their job now, just mining the roads everywhere. You can see they've already started that. Oh, Squad 1 from OB actually are heading towards the western hab of Bob. One of them died as he crossed the road. Rally was marked nowhere near where it should have been. But I think they know now that exists, and that's where they're spawning on. Quick look at your tickets, 269 to 260 in favour of OB, obviously getting that middle cap. And we have a look at the kills, 63 to 67. So OB keeping up with Bob in terms of kills, even though they have slightly worse weapons. Here comes the first
Yeah,
one.
I think the issue is they're going to get their infrastructure. OB's infrastructure at the moment is pretty weak, and to me it's just a matter of time before, you know, the balance tips to them for the fight on top of the train, and then that hab and fob being exploited, because it is getting mortared to shit at the moment, so it will go down.
Yeah, so obviously the ordinate was there from when they tried to attack previously. The BMP and the 30mm taking positions, helping each other. Interestingly, not seen many vehicle fights other than that BRDM strangely taking on the BMP at the start of the round, and the BRDM for OB.
OB's BMP, I believe, has been tracked by some of the mines down in the south. Let's go and have a quick look.
Yeah, he's out repairing it by the looks of it.
It just goes to show, you know, even though they didn't kill it, that's that taken out for a little while and delayed, you know. So it all makes a difference. Oh, and it's double tracks as well. Lol.
This hab is getting more into oblivion, and I'm wondering if OB regret putting this hab down in exactly the same spot. We are seeing infantry from Band of Bastards get really close to the hab, but they're not in numbers, and that's one thing I will say for Bob. Every time I'm seeing players get towards this hab, they're not grouping up and taking it collectively. I'm only seeing one or twos coming. You can just see Massa engaging Dessler there, Massa winning that battle, and Xenon is nowhere near to be able to help him trade that out, and instead he's just stopped and waiting. But there's 3 people inside that hab digging it right now. Let's have a look. Let's play squad, everyone.
Oh dear. And I understand moving it, but moving it 5 meters from where it was doesn't really make any difference. I think, like you were saying at the start, maybe further south or west in the forest, they've got to at least try and find it initially. There's absolutely no pressure on Tire Factory at the moment. If I was OB, I would be trying my darndest to try and get at least a squad up there to prod them a little bit.
Yeah, you've got to, in instances like this, I like to always think that if you prod them, even with a small squad, like we saw Squad 1 doing, sadly their rally has been wiped, you just keep them honest, and in a way, you force them to overreact as well. Let's say if you do get close with a prodding squad of 3 or 4 men, and you know it causes your enemy to overreact and people to give up on the attacking side and spawn in on the defensive flag, relieving you of pressure on your defensive flag.
And that BMP is going to have to go all the way back to main to repair now. It actually was quite a bit damaged from those mines, so that's Sapper. That's Sapper. It's an interesting thing they've got there. They've got the 14-5 getting the Sapper, right, and just driving around, and that's that little backline team, and it's really paying off time-wise and impact. So yeah, good on them.
Yeah, you're keeping an asset at main, and there's 2 people in that, so they're not playing infantry, they're just effectively driving to from main and not being effective anywhere. Ooh, nice tactic from Bob here. Rather than mortaring the hab, we identified a Logi and mortared the Logi instead. So that's going to be 5 tickets. I mean, you can say, oh, it's only 5 tickets, but if you do that and they keep leaving Logis about and they keep getting spotted, Bob keep mortaring them, those add up, and 5 tickets can be the difference. I mean, if you look at the map right now, if you look at the tickets right now, top right-hand side of your screen, 247 to 245. It's, yeah, if you do that, you keep wrapping up. And the same for this. Oh, there's a BRDM for Bob coming in here. What is the tactic here?
They've got a sapper in there, so I'm thinking maybe they're going to try and drop the sapper off to cause some issues. So if I'm right, those mortars will stop and the sapper's getting out. Yeah,
Sapper
there we
is
go.
out. He's camping it.
So
No.
one thing I'll say is OB's done a good job of blocking the entrance to the building. So even if the sapper does get in close, he's going to have to dig down the building to get in there, or at the very least, try and blow it up through the side.
Walks in, gets 1, gets 2. Oh,
and
he
he
gets
goes
shot
down.
in the rear. They do have a BTR just sat here. No one is latting it now. As an OB player, I would be fuming if that kills me right now. I haven't had 1 lat go off at that vehicle yet, and it's sat 40 meters
So
from their
got
hab.
any nearby?
There we go. There's the first one in. That was Fronty. Best thing this BTR can do right now is probably, I don't know, drive straight through the tunnel.
Yeah, just leave. They're going back down south though. That's interesting. They're not really that damaged, to be fair. It's mild. It doesn't look like they're engined at all. Or yeah. So worth taking the LAT hit to try and get the engineer in there. And I'm pretty sure those mortars will resume very shortly.
Yeah, that BTR just takes an engine hit from people spawning in on the hab, and it's going to be bye-bye, I think, for this BTR. It's not going to get very far. If those lats can rearm, but they do have a Bob squad coming in from the tunnels. You can just see north in the map, and then there's that.
Shame, where the fuck is that?
Is he coming in through the tunnels? I hope he does. Give me some content.
He is coming to
Give me some content. Well, he's taking a nice position, actually. That is a very nice position. Just using the crates to defend. He can't really see much, but he is playing semi-defensive. I'm not sure if he can afford to push up to the squad that were attacking the hab. It looks like the majority of them are dead. Let's have a look at this BTR.
Who has their hack kit? Angel Fire in Squad 4. And Happy in Squad 7. Oh, and they both got out of the vehicle for some reason. I don't know why they did that. That was stupid.
Yeah, no.
It's dead anyway.
It's allowed Fronty to get the last hit on it and get that kill. We can hear the 30 mil rattling off through the tunnels. Not really anyone there to kill right now. Oh, she just clapped Willis, who is the commander, so that's 2 easy tickets. I'm not sure you can see him. He's just firing through in the hope that he gets something. There is... we're not seeing the east of the map really be occupied. When I say east of the map, I mean east of this river. And that hab can really be camped. If you can get a squad up on the east side, you see squad 3. Is that an OB hab that they have taken down? It looks like it is.
Let's have a look.
Bob have found themselves an OB radio and hab. Not sure what they're doing. Has it got C4 on it?
Looking for the radio.
Yeah, they found it. FJ's located the radio, so that's going to be more tickets down for OB. 226 to 230. The game is limited to an hour. It looks like we're going to have to end this game at an hour. Looking at the tickets right now, so we're on. Effectively, if you ignore this, we're 31 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that. I'll throw that right out there. I think the hour limit on the game is stupid. There's no reason to. 2 hours there. Like, if you can't book out 2 hours time, why are you playing? You know, it's to me, it allows for some very boring and kind of stupid tactics in the sense of, oh, there's only 15 minutes left, and you get people giving up in the game or not trying stuff, and I think it doesn't encourage more interesting play. If anything, it does the opposite. It makes people turtle a bit more, be a bit more boring. Because, you know, if in a 2 hour game, you can swing it all the way back. In an hour, even if you get pushed back, most of the way, you haven't got enough time to recuperate. Whereas in a full game, you might be able to push it all the way back and bring out a win. So I get it. Each tournament has their own rules and their own settings. To me, I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'd like to see the games played out. I'd like to see the tickets completely diminished. Speaking again, I've got my son running in. Give me a second.
And again, we finally got some OB people setting up a fob east of Tire Factory, sorry. And they already run into somebody. Is that... so somebody's already spotted their push. That's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate for OB getting spotted as they push in now. So if BOB are sensible, they'll call it out and they'll start spawning a couple of people on the defense to help deal with that.
It's just one guy right now holding the tunnels from Bob pushing through and really pushing towards the hab. To me, I just think this hab is wide open. Like,
I don't know the delay on the mortars there. It seems a bit strange. And then now we've got a good reaction there from Bob, sending not overreacting, but bringing back 4 people, just to counter what OB has done for the push there.
Yeah, it looks like Beef is actually coming in behind Squad 1 as well with the Logi, so I don't know if they've got the idea of dropping down a closer hab again from this hab that they put down across the river on the eastern side. Mortars are now going out back onto this hab, and it's hitting them, and it's taking down everyone near them. Bob have actually got a small push to the west of 3 guys. That's Squad 1. They're going to be coming in. And if we can take down this hab again, that's the closest we've seen Bob in terms of getting a cap. Tickets swinging in the favor right now. I'm looking to see what's going on at main.
That mortar team is putting in work.
By the way, where's the BMP 1 for OB? Did it hit the mines and die?
No. Last time we saw it was coming south close to train.
I don't see it.
Look. Yeah, maybe it died to something. Apologies.
I just noticed a small switch in tickets as well, and those mortars have taken down the hab of OB. We do have a Bob squad. Oh, they've all died apart from one guy as they're fighting up on the hill. What they really need is to come directly from the hab, and we have a combat engineer on the western hab for Bob, and they're not defending it right now. Nobody is near it. They do have a rally close, but it's probably going to be too late. He's on the hab. He's actually walked past the radio, so he's going to be digging down the hab.
So I see a wreckage on the south side of the bridge. It looks like it was the OB BMP. So I'm not sure what killed it, but it definitely died here on the south side, just south of their fob.
Wasn't that the BTR that died earlier?
No, there's the BTRs on the road, and there's another wreck just up from it. So yeah, it's definitely the BMP BMP wreck. So yeah, I don't know what took it out there, but something, maybe a hat hit from that squad that's floating around on the east, or even the 30 in the tunnel, or that was in the tunnel. They might have traded. Let's have a look.
We do have Bob on OB's radio digging it down. We have 2 guys in, 1 guy holding the building to the north, and one issue Bob needs to deal with is the fact that this Squad 1 have just come up and dug down their hab.
Well, Bob's have snuck in a fob, basically inside the cap on train tunnel on the northeast side. I didn't see that either. Apologies, everyone. They seem to be floating in from different things, but yeah, they've managed to get a spawn in there, and that's gonna should swing it for them really. If they can get buddies in the cap.
Lots happening at the moment on this OB radio, as FJ might have saved the day, and it looks, yeah, he did. So he took a team kill there in the name of getting down the hab. The radio was dug back up, but FJ come in, traded him out, got the few digs down, and that's blown up completely. Bob are all over this cap, and I can't tell if... Yeah, they are. They're close to going neutral right now on train tunnel. So good push in here from Bob. Mortars.
And that the Tire Factory push has been absolutely stomped, and OB's got a fob, but it's
miles
almost fucking pointless to have that fob there. Really, I don't really get it. I get the panic that they were getting pushed, but
for me,
that's a useless fob there, isn't it? Really.
I'd prefer to put that fob on Velino.
Yeah.
You have the cover. It's hidden in between all the buildings. I think it's a better approach coming from that northeastern side.
Yeah, you don't have to cross the river, do you?
Yeah. And they look like they just got completely. And you have the ability to move around as well. Maybe come out on the west. The west is not the best angle to attack Tire Factory from, but you do have that option. Whereas here, it's a direct attack from east to west. It's been thwarted already, and we have...
Oh, and OB overcommitted to that fob on the northwest. Look at them. It's like a full squad and a bit maybe coming back in. And I think they probably thought, oh, that's it. We've got their fob. Easy peasy. Not realizing that OB managed to sneak in a fob in there. And they... Bob managed to sneak in a fob, and that's pretty good what they've done there. They've put the radio across the road and then dropped the hab in the cat. They have got Solmir out to the east side for OB, but Valo's just holding that radio alive, and he's doing exactly what he needs to there. That's good.
It's actually a really nice hab. If you they timed that really well. So the Bob. So just to recap, OB's hab has gone down towards the southwest. Bob's hab has gone down towards the northwest, but in the meantime, Bob have managed to sneak into the east side, drop a radio down, put the hab inside the cap, meaning it can be easily disabled, but the point is they have the spawns right now. They have that infrastructure to be able to get the cap, to put more bodies on the cap, and we're probably going to see it switch here to Bob, getting the train tunnel cap. And if we look towards Nicola, there's nothing going on as a hab has been set up miles away by OB. So infantry have had to withdraw to put something down, and that's the cap, train tunnel cap by Bob. I think that's very impressive from Bob, actually.
Yeah, that was real good on them. And we've got more mines for Ian Work. So it looks like a mine has disabled a logi truck and killed the person inside it, but not blown up, which is a bit weird. So they've got that abandoned there. Oh, and he looks like he might hit another mine. Oh, are you going to? Oh, he just misses it. Ooh. Very fortunate for OB there, not hitting that.
We have dead OB on the radio, and the radio is down to the first stage for Bob. That's that radio to the east. It is being dug up. I'm not sure if that was a combat engineer that got onto the radio.
No, it was just a rifleman before, but that Valo guy was there covering it. So, yes, they know it's there, but they should have enough coverage to get it.
Squad 4, Beef and Solmir have just jumped on it. And it's not looking good. Solmir with the wiggle. Valo wiggles back, takes down Solmir, but Beef trades him out. Beef is the squad leader, so he's not going to be able to get that shovel down. Bob really needs to defend their radio. You can see one guy coming back for it right now. He needs to kill Beef and then dig up the radio.
Oh, it looks like that thing might hit mine. Oh no, it just gets past it.
Shocking camera work from me there as I missed that fight, but they got it.
And this is the issue with the 1 hour time limit, right? Because to me, with 20 minutes left and double the tickets, it's over, right? But if you got that full hour, OB might have been able to bring it back. Maybe work something, huddled down on Nicola and traded out and brought the, kill for kill, so keep that ticket count low. But as it is at the moment, especially that timer, it really doesn't allow for any further or mid to late gameplay happen. It's quite disappointing.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they have that rule, but it seems to be one of those generic rules that are put in. OB are constantly spawning here on a rally close to the radio, and they have a combat engineer on it right now, and they've let him just walk in. There's a guy prone right next. What? He's just let him put C4 on the radio.
And if that's an ID, it'll kill it straight away. Yeah, that's really bad play from whoever the fuck that was.
No, I don't know who it was. He just got evaporated, but he let him just walk up, put C4, put an ID down, dial his fucking mum, and deleted him. That's poor from Bob, and the numbers on the cap don't look good for Bob. Oh, and then here's the swinging tickets as that hat kit, that overpower hat kit from, I think that was Angel Fire, takes out what looks like a 30 mil.
30, yeah, it was a 30. It was on the north. Yeah, I would say, you know, it's one of those things where you think, oh, right, they can pull it back now. But again, 20 minutes. It's going to be difficult, even with that cap swing, you know?
Here we see OB. They put a radio out to the west of train tunnel. Hab goes down from Valapato. He's got a medic coming over to dig it up. And if they can get mass spawns on this right now, Bob are gonna be in trouble. And they're gonna lose this massive ticket advantage they gained. Let's go over and have a look.
We've got FJ still alive, but he's not going to make it there in time, I don't think. He'll probably go for the res. And then maybe do something on the south side there. Interesting. Let's have a look. Tire Factory, yeah, that fob on the east for OB has been basically useless, and they've pushed them out. Yeah, so good on them applying a bit of pressure, but I think they lost too much stuff and too much time doing that, and that cost them the flag flip. I think you're right in the sense is, you know, even if they just had a little push, you know, a little rally, and just had one or two people constantly going there rather than trying to do something crazy with a fob and all the stuff like that. You can do a lot with a rally. You don't have to have fobs up. So
yeah, I'm in the opinion of, unless more than one squad is going to be spawning on that location, what is the point of a Hab? Do you know what I mean? Just use a rally, and if it was squad one's job to probe, just use a rally, because someone could walk past that and just easily take it, and that's 10 tickets. We do have a UAV going out. Rullis sending that UAV in. But really poor from Bob not defending this radio and not identifying that the infantry came from the direction they came from. They didn't wipe the rally that was out. So if we look at our maps, they didn't wipe the rally that was out here. They eventually have wiped it. And interestingly, squad 3 of both sides spawning in on the south of train tunnel. Rallies right next to each other. They just started engaging each other. They turn round. Let's go and have a look at that mini fight. Ooh, what's happening over here?
So what I will say is Bob's got a decent squeeze on them from the north and south, and OB's lost a Logi. And if they've got an AT with them to blow that up. Oh yeah, and they do it. They're gonna do it. Yeah. So Bob being really smart here, trying to kill. Hopefully they'll kill that vehicle completely. With 17 minutes left, I would be blowing up any asset that I saw.
Oh,
so
we have a combat engineer on OB's radio already. He's digging it down as fast as he could. It looks like he's already got the C4 on it. I can see it. Timer's going. So that's going to be another. It's actually being mortared as well. He's done a smart thing here. He's hitting a bush. Yeah, he's hitting a bush. So that's the radio gone.
Another 10 tickets.
Look how well this camo works. This Russian camo against the green works so well.
And they're going for assets now on the south here. Well, at least they should be. I don't know why he didn't finish it off.
Train is being capped by OB, by the way. Tickets are 59 to 143. We will wait to see the result of that once OB do get it capped. Going to be another big swing in tickets towards OB's favour. Oh, they're trying to blow a Logi truck up, are they?
Yeah, they're going for assets. I was wondering what they're doing, but I think it's one of them ran out of ammo, so they're just calling in the other guy. Should go up. There we go. There we go.
Some more tickets there, taken away from OB. Bob doing all the basics right here. I like what they're doing. Apart from that radio defense, I haven't really seen any mistakes from Bob, but the issue is that radio defense might have cost them the cap. As we can see, lots of
They've
Bob.
somehow managed to stall the cap on train. Oh, right, it's capping again now, but not completely out. They were managing to cause some issues, which is strange. OB should have that. Should have that flag. You know, they had the spawns. They took down theirs. Yeah, it's they're really struggling. But I think it's as you say, Bob doing a real good job of doing the basic stuff. You know, confirming things getting blown up, taking down the assets. You know, getting those tickets. And I've got to say, really impressed with that backline work of mines and all that. And we might see another Logi get lost here.
go. Another logic coming from in. They don't actually have any mines on that road anymore.
No, they do.
Oh, do they?
Oh, and he's avoided it successfully. See, this is what I like to do. I would stagger that. I understand wanting to cover a road completely in the sense of, so, you know, it's just not a clear path. But I think you've got to stagger it a bit. Not just across. You can go up and down a bit. Like a minefield, as you would imagine. But yeah.
Very aggressive radio going up here for Bob. The Logi actually gets blown up, and we have a look. It's got supplies and it's able to drop down a hab.
And they're calling out the one bit of English in there that they're capping train tunnel. So there you go.
Ooh.
And I don't know where OB is on the map. I guess they haven't really got spawns.
The radio that Bob just placed down has been mortared immediately. Squad leader's dead. They're not going to be able to get a hab upon it. Do they have any squad leaders in the vicinity? Oh, they do get a hab upon it, sorry. Hab's gone out to the north of it, so the squad leader's backtracked. Got a hab down. There's no one there with him. He's placed a hab and an ammo crate. No one there with him.
He's got one coming in from the west there.
I've been waiting
So
to
they're
see.
not capping train tunnel anymore.
Waiting to see if there's any fights going
OB's
on
done a
inside.
good job of pulling the tickets back together there.
Yeah, 69.
Don't really know what that was. They were up
That
like
was the
140
That was
or
the
so.
flip. Them OB getting the cap.
Oh yeah, heard her.
Solmir's working the tunnels, trying to find. And it's really strange. We haven't seen really a stack of infantry inside the tunnels. They've all been floating about up top, doing their own thing.
You can see now Bob getting in the back. What I'd be doing is I'd be piling everyone onto the flag. Oh, and OB's managed to get a fob, and those fobs are real close.
Let's have a
Literally
look.
just the other side of the hill. They've got one on the southeast side, but it's going to get spotted straight away, I think. Yeah. They keep rapping, they will see it.
Where is it? I can't really see it. Is it underneath?
It's just in the tunnel. Yeah, it's just in the tunnel. So they'll see the Logi track, and if they've got any sense, they'll go in. Oh, they've gone in earlier, higher up, so they've missed that. It's a bit unlucky on them. A bit unlucky. So OB should get this hab.
Bob has just walked straight onto it. Two Bob guys have just walked straight onto the hab. They've just come down the tunnels, walked straight onto it. They can see it's not been dug up, and
they're just going to remove it.
They're just going to remove it. Oh, here comes Varys.
Oh,
Shoots them both.
And they are not happy with each other on local, shall we say?
Aren't
Some
they?
words I definitely picked up there.
Kuru comes in, and Axe is going to join them. Beef is making his way through the tunnels. He's actually above. Yeah, so he can't do anything about that. So they're above. Where's the radio? Radio is further down towards the southeast. It's been capped by Bob right now. They're reviving on OB's hab. Nope, no one's actually defending the tunnels. Here we go. Now Axe is taking it upon himself. Oh,
They've managed to get 2 people onto Tire Factory, but nothing's going to happen to them on OB.
yeah, OB just throwing out those.
A creeping barrage coming on the roof of train, which I can't say is a bad idea, right? You know, they've probably got some people on top. Why not? You're all safe inside. Go for it.
Another radio dig here for Bob, as Bob have found OB's radio. I don't see anyone near. This screen shaking is infuriating. So I'm going to zoom out. I don't see any OB. I don't see any OB
they've got
alive.
the radio. Easy. Yeah, OB's been giving them radios for free, man. The one thing that I would say to them is have a little bit of a rethink of how you want to place it, where you want to place it, and I felt like they had enough people there to probably get this radio and hab up a bit easier.
It was undug for so long. I don't.
Yeah, it's weird that. So Bob should get the flag flip right on this one, and then that should be game really. It's one of those things where maybe mass give ups try and set the coup to keep the tickets close, you know.
Yeah, we have 33 tickets left for OB. It looks like they've all already given up to me. The radio is gone already. So unless they've got 30 people down, which they don't, It's going to be a flag flip. Bob taking out more assets. 27 tickets left for OB. 27 to 86. We have a look over towards Nicola, and that's the mass.
Oh, we got a re-push on Bob's fob, though, from the north, from Squad 2 on OB, so they should get the rip here. But it's probably going to be a little too late. Joker, OB from Joker's already inside Bob's Hab. There is one coming back, so they do know. They do know that he's there and he's digging. And they've called it out, and squad leader comes.
Yeah, Rocky Beach has just checked the radio.
Pro tip there, Rocky, if you watch this back, if you look to the top right of your screen, you'll see if it's the radio or the hab.
Mood for in Rocky Beach there. More are coming in. They're actually across the road as well. Well, they have nice rallies here to be able to defend this radio. Joker goes down. One ticket left.
Oh, and they didn't get the flip. They didn't manage to get the flip, so...
Yeah, looks like OB purposely giving up there. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe pressing respawn so they didn't get it. But I think that's what they did, actually, because they lost a lot of tickets there really quickly. 86 ticket win in the first round for Band of Bastards. We will have a 5-minute break. Stay on the same server. We will switch sides. OB will be playing as Russian, and then Band of Bastards will be playing as the regular militia forces. So back in 5 minutes. Hello and welcome back for round 2 of Old Bones versus Bandit Bastards. You bastards. This is round 2 of the thrilling, the enthralling, the diverse map that is Belaya. I can't even bring myself to say it. We are live. You should be seeing the game on your screen in 3, 2, 1. We've just rolled to tell them that it is live. Thoughts on the first round, Barmin? What each team can do for the second, and any secondary thoughts on why this map is just so fucking great?
So I would say that was really Bob's round, that first round. I think maybe some little sort of misplays here and there. Maybe some unfortunate trades on the hab and stuff like that. That to me, that should have been a much larger ticket win there. They were doing all the right things, doing the basics. OB sort of really hamstrung by their habs, really, I think, and stuff like that. That really caused them some issues. They weren't really able to get anything off on Tire Factory. I think part of the problem is they got spotted early, but they didn't really. They weren't able to get a decent amount of pressure on there, so that Bob would have to commit people to come back. So yeah, generally speaking, good. I think I would say with the speed and timing and stuff that Bob will have as militia, I think it's more and more so in their favour maybe to push this for a win there. So if I was a betting man, I would say probably this is going to be a win overall for Bob. As far as the map, I think it's kind of what we assumed. You know, it's one of those things where it's like there's a lot of open ground to cross. Yes, you've got that western map edge on train tunnel, but again, with this map, it's mostly train tunnel and everything else is kind of secondary because it's quite, it takes quite a long time to get to those places. So yeah, as expected, really. Hopefully, we'll see a bit more shenanigans. And yeah, I think unfortunately, it's just I don't think this is a good comp layer, and that's kind of been kind of sort of playing out in the match itself. But some interesting things and a few good highlights here, like the Su-25 take down of the OB fob. That was good. Some good hack kits. The Bob medic really letting down his side, letting OB take the fob on the northeast towards the end there. But yeah, generally speaking, kind of what we expected. Nothing too crazy. Hopefully, we'll see some more shenanigans this round.
Yeah, and I do apologise if I got drop frames that round. Some bell end was on my Wi-Fi. I've chucked them off. So reminder, this is the second round. We go into this with Bob in the lead by 86 tickets. If someone new comes in and says, well, is this first or second round? Do ! Score in the chat. That's ! Score. And that'll give you the tickets and who won by what. So it's 86 ticket win for Bob. We do swap sides this round, so let's have a quick look. What's going on? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to lower this a little bit. Let's give myself the game looks fucking awful. Sorry, it does. So, we are irregular militia forces versus Russian. I will be on Bob's side this time. They will be on militia. Their first round, they were on Russians. 86 ticket win for Bob in the first round. And vehicles, so we have 3 logistics trucks, BRDM, BMP-1, the Black Pearl, or it's the anti-air APC, SPG Techie, and a shipbox. Then we have a Dishcom Techie, and a Logi Techie, and a Dishcom Techie as well. On the other side, we have 130mm. There's a BMP, which they're not taking out. I believe that's a shipbox, 3 logistics trucks, and a 14.5mm BTR. We'll keep the map open as we run down. Layer is Depot, Nicola, Train Tunnel, Tire Factory, and then Valino. It is a one-cap layer. You'll see all the fighting in and around Train Tunnel, which is for a viewer watching this. There's nothing else I can really show you. It's that bad. Blame Ayumi for including this in the tournament. I don't know why he's included it, or maybe it was a map vote. Regardless, what a horrible layer, what a horrible map. Anyway, round 2, Bob versus OB. I was just seeing in the first round, Militia do get there first with these techies, these fast techies. They get to the north of train tunnel before before the Russians get there. So look out for that. You will see Militia basically take control of train before OB can. You've seen great tactics from Bob in the first round. They basically just sat off and built their infrastructure north side of the map and come round and identify the fobs. We can see a Logi truck here, and there's going to be a techie right next to it, and the techie spins and lights it up, and he's taking out one. He's taking out the tires. They're all dying as they come into it. All the infantry are shooting. There's only 2 left alive for OB, and they're throwing smokes. They're throwing smokes. The Logi truck gets blown up. Only 1 alive. He's actually hiding. Oh, they spotted him. Woo! Wheels are up in the... What the fuck is going on here? In comes the 2 BTRs, 14.5 and 30mm for OP. They're going to... Ooh. They're going to easily kill that techie, but the damage has already been done in the logistics truck. And Bob are actually really far on the north side. Still waiting there, and lots of infantry out. So this is a secondary wave of infantry here for OB. More lats coming out as well and hitting the BTRs. Ooh, what a spicy opening. That was mental. I don't think Barman's here. Barman, are you here?
Yeah, sorry, my admin cam's gone all weird. I'm gonna have to DC and re-see. Apologies.
Ooh, what was that? What the fuck was that? Oh, it's a nice SPG there from Bob. Oh no, it was the BMP-1 takes out what I think was the 14.5 in the river. So we can see the 30mm engaging this BMP-1 right now, and he's gone for the shots and he's killed it as well. BMP-1 taking out the 14.5 and the 30mm there for OB. Nice work. Oh, you missed this spicy opening, Barman.
Yeah, it's fucking a bit annoying, isn't it?
So you can see radio and hab down in the tunnels there for Bob. They need to be careful. It can be disabled from the top, so they need to defend the top. Sorry. Yeah, for Bob. OB are already on the roof.
Hi.
Shamani's lining up a shot here with his lat on the BMP-1. We've got Happy as well up on the hill. I'm not sure if he's a lat. Yeah, he is, and he kills them both. That's the BMP-1 goes down as Happy flanks it. That sounded like a hat kit to me, and yes, it was. Happy with the hat kit takes out the BMP-1. So at least he gets those 2 trades on the vehicles. Barman's going to be joining us back in. The issue here for Bob is that OB control the roof. And we have lots of infantry already spawning and dying over on tire factories. One guy completely disables a Logi, takes out 1, 2, 3. 2 left alive. Squads 1 and 5 also reacting. He kills the 1 more. This is Frozen. Bob Frozen has just deleted a full Logi. That's going to completely delay them. And their intentions finally goes down. They're going to be able to get those people revived at least, but it slowed them down. May allow for Bob to take control of train tunnel.
Right, apologies. Right, I'm back there. I don't know what happened there. Squad being squad. My admin cam was being strange. Right. What have we got?
Bob again doing a really poor job at defending their hab and radio there. It's a nice radio position. Looks like Solmer is going to be working his way in through the tunnels. He's inside the hab already, and it's a really poor defense. Really poor defense for Bob. Not defending their hab and radio again. He simply walked in the tunnels. There's only one way to walk in from this tunnel, and that's that way. Go back up. Mortars are already down on top of the mortar. So look at Bob's rallies. They do have another radio and hab out actually to the west. So they should be okay. That should allow them to spawn in there and take back control of the train tunnel. Train tunnel not being... There's no one in the camp for Bob. There's no one... Weirdly, there's no one anywhere near the train tunnel cap. For early start of the game, Barman, it's fairly empty, isn't it? This train tunnel cap right now.
Yeah, it's like they've all gone past it for some reason. Maybe they like overcommitted to their push and were so successful they didn't think they needed to cap the flag. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Looks like OB have put down an early hab on the east side of Nicola. And they've actually got squad 2 in around there right now. There's a Logi that's just got up and taken itself out. Looks like it's going to be this Logi's job as he drives over this mountain to go and mine their main again, like they did with the 14.5 at the start of round 2. Lots spawning in on this hab right now. Varys is the only one for OB. It's stopping them.
And I think OB is overcommitted. I think they tried to go for the block on Nicholas, but they got duped completely by... I think it's the same squad that was doing the Sapper backline shenanigans, which makes sense because they've got a Logi and the Sapper and all of that going behind the lines again there. So I think we can see...
Vergesst die IDs nicht hier drin. Mach mal, Cody.
I don't think it's close enough. It looks like it's off behind. Yeah.
It's a bit... Yeah.
Might just be try and get it through walls type scenario.
I don't even know where it is. Can't even find it, but it should be okay there, the radio. Varys is a one-man army at the moment, completely holding this on his own. Just keeps peeking them. Takes out another one. And Bob are really failing. You can see them all dead inside these tunnels underneath.
Oh, they've absolutely locked this radio in. They put a bunker in front of it and everything. So yeah, that's not going down anytime soon unless it's by proxy.
Oh, this isn't. Oh, this. Oh no, it's not. It's a Bob. I'm on Bob's side. I haven't made a squad either, so I do apologise. We are the content shed. There we go, squad made. So you can hear those squad leader comms. I don't think I even did it in the first round because I'm terrible. There we go. Bob starting to disperse now from the south side. We do have some OB out to the south side. Shamani's out on his own. OB have mortared Bob's hab on the southwest. Very weird start to the game. It's strange.
And Bob's going for another weird across the road fob, it looks like, up in the across the river fob, it looks like.
Yeah, it's exactly the same place where we're seeing OB put theirs in the first round as well, across the river. Weirdly, you know these IEDs that they're placing in the tunnels. They're Bob's. They're Bob's IEDs. Shamani. So the
squad leaders. They're not putting a radio here. Their squad leader got bugged out somehow, so he had to bayonet him to death, and he's going for the revive. So Willie out, and it's worked. He managed to get it. So yeah, squad being squad. So look, they're back up there. So it looks like they probably will get. It looks like they'll probably get something up. Oh no, they are putting the radio here. That seems silly to me to put the radio there. Bellino.
OB have complete control of this cap right now. They've got lots of infantry on the north side, and Bob are allowing them just to walk into the south entrance. So the hab is underneath. And I don't know why there's only one guy inside defending. No one's watching the south side. Well, the guy that was has now died. They've got 5 guys dealing with the hab in the southwest that was mortared. Not sure what is going on here, but Bob really needs to react to these infantry that are on the top.
Yeah, I'm not pretty sure where they've all gone. It's the map feels oddly empty.
Yeah, we have 30 versus 30. We have the BMP here coming in for OB. He's going to be taking up a position to look straight down the tunnel.
Yeah, that hab's completely disabled.
Yeah, that hab is actually getting disabled from the top. We've just seen Beef, I believe Beef or Enjoy died to the mortars, so they were disabling. So that's clever from Bob. If they are mortaring the roof, didn't see any team kills. So as soon as it does get disabled from the roof, from above, they're just mortaring the top. That's what's helping them out. But OB are spawning in mass.
Smart.
OB are spawning in mass out to the north. You see it on this hab located in front of us.
Yeah.
Bob
You know
aren't
where
really
Bob
dealing
is?
with it. And they're
Yeah,
not
I
really
don't
dealing with
know.
any sides. They're coming in from the east. They're coming from every side right now.
Yeah, it seems really empty on the cap. I'm not seeing much of Bob anywhere.
Oh, that was awkward. Smiggle just walks past Fat Eric.
So we've got Bob's sort of, backline destruction team. It makes more sense why they got that fob up there, because they're just using it for ammo crates more than anything else. Get lots of mines down. So if OB loses any infrastructure here on train tunnel or tire factory, they're going to have issues coming back in.
The train tunnel is being capped right now by OB. Lots of infantry for OB on top. Bob is spawning in underneath, and they, they're just, I don't know where Bob are right now. Where are they?
Yeah, it's strange. They've got a small little contingent up in the northeast causing issues. They've got one on tire factory. Let's go and have a look up the top. I like it in the sense of they are trying to put that pressure on a little bit earlier than later.
Ooh, looks like I accidentally just marked something on my map. Let me just look up in the air and mark it again. There we go. Some snakes up on the hill. Massa Frozen is hiding in the green. Massa is about to walk. Oh, goes down to a nade. Looked like a friendly nade. It was acid killing Frozen. Massa goes prone. No beer constantly rapping. They can get in here. Rocky Beach is holding, but he goes down to Varys.
There are some shenanigans going on here, and I think all of those IEDs are actually Bob's IEDs.
They are.
All around the flag.
They are. I would love if OB got like 30 people. I don't want them. Not that I'm in favour of Bob, but if OB just packed like 30 people into his hab, and Bob just dials the pizza takeaway, just to watch all those people just get evaporated would be amazing. Here we go.
Yeah,
Hab is disabled.
See them.
They're all rushing in.
Oh yeah, so he's hidden them in all little corners, and OB hasn't noticed them at all. They found where the radio is, but they haven't done much beyond that. And I think, you know what? I think fucking Bob's strategy is working. Dropping the mortars on top, which is clearing the top side of the flag so they're able to respawn. So what OB really needs to do is get some people like inside and just hide them next to it.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be too difficult to do. They've got a few people in there at the moment.
It's a bit chaotic.
There we go,
here
that
right
hand
now.
is disabled.
Should be disabled now. We've got two guys in close. Train tunnel neutralized by OB. They're running in, and it's full auto fest. Streaming in, actually. Streaming in, completely surrounding Bob. I wonder if Bob are going to keep mass spawning and keep this fight up, because it's going to be tough for them. Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
they're gonna have some issues if they and they've locked the tire factory. Bob's gone down, and that's bad for OB. Ooh, this could be spicy.
Oh,
Have they
tire
got enough
factory.
people alive?
I know.
Whether or not they can delay the flag, so I think OB's gonna get away with it.
So this is
These
the grind.
IEDs might be the time for those IEDs if I was that sapper.
I don't think they're close enough in right now. You only see a couple of guys walking in.
And they've stopped the cap.
Yeah, it's probably favouring Bob to take this fight in the tunnel. OB are just firing numbers. Oh, weird bit of a jump there from online data. Data he's going to be taking his turn to come into the tunnels.
So in about OB a captain. Oh, and it stalled again.
This tunnel meta is fantastic. We've got Acid over on this side trying to defend the squad from coming in just across there through the train cart.
And the gamble's paid off for Bob. Bob's going to start capping Tire Factory very shortly, and there's fucking no one nearby on OB side to stop them.
So they're going to get that double neutral which favours them because they're one cap ahead in that double neutral. The double neutral favours you in terms of...
Oh, maybe not, because OB's still capping. So I know OB was ahead, so it just depends.
Yeah,
Depends if Bob can get in the flag. It could go either way still.
What Bob needs to do is just mass spawn on this hab that's inside the cap. Let me see if it is inside. Let's have a look. I press 6. Ooh.
Yeah, it should be.
Looks like it's inside to me. Yes, if they mass spawn on this cap, they can block it and then maybe cap it. But that's what they need to do. But
they keep delaying, and this is what Bob's doing. Bob keeps delaying on it, and as long as they can do that, and then the train tunnel neutral is definitely going to happen. As long as they keep delaying, that's going to be it. And then all Bob has to do is just mass spawn, clear them out, and then get the cap.
Yeah, they keep spawning on the outside, but I think they're probably, even with the weapons they have, is just a mass spawn in the middle and just hold the angles. Trying to go on board here with massive.
Still real close. OB could do it, and OB does it. Oh, and that's got rough for Bob.
And look at OB are on Nicola, and they're capping Nicola. They're capping Nicola, and it looks like... Ooh,
they're going to get stomped immediately.
They're going to get stomped.
And this is OB. Yeah. And that's one of those things where I feel like that could go either way.
They managed to get a radio down.
Oh, did they?
They managed to kill 2 who have given up. They need to be fast here, and they need more numbers. Squad 2 need more spawning in this hab.
Yeah, this hab down it. There we go.
OB have got squad 1 spawning in now. Fronty on the eastern hab. Hab goes down. It's going to be dug. This is going to be close for Bob. They really need to hold us back. We've got any chance to win this game. Here comes the mortars on the roof. And there go the IDs, and I didn't see anyone die. Not a single person died. They effectively just wiped out their own hab, and I didn't see any OB die from that.
Oh, but I think OB's going to get it. I think this might be the roll here.
Yeah,
all depended on that shovel.
Those IDs did nothing.
Oh, and he just gets it off! Oh, so lucky.
It's disabled.
Oh, yeah, but he just got it off so they could all spawn in. So that's that. Oh, that's really, really fortunate. OB still might be able to pull it off. No, they don't do it.
Nice.
Wow. They were about a second off proximitying that guy, and that guy, unfortunately I wasn't looking at who it was exactly, but what amazing play there. Committed to the dig, managed to get it off and get all those people spawning. Well done to them. That's fucking the difference between winning and losing this match there, so good on you, whoever that was.
Still have a lot to do as they're coming in from both sides here. Gazelli's coming in from the west side. He has his rally out. He dies, but he does still have his rally out to the south. Bob really needs to extend and get all over the cap right now. Deal with the east mainly, but also Squad 2's rally out to the south. Let's have a look at Train Tunnel. Those IDs, by the way, did nothing. Barmin did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's something that you always want to see, but can it happen? You know,
we might see a bit of a switch here because we do have the 2 squads that attacked Tire Factory coming in from the northeast side, so they might be able to get OB's hab. Now I actually can see a combat engineer sneaking towards the radio here. So we've got Stoney who always dies. It looks like that was Fuedo who killed him. So he goes down on that radio. Great save.
He managed to save the radio inside of Train Tunnel.
I mean, there's no one really attacking them. They do have the hab that they can use on the outside to reinforce that cap.
So, big shout out to Rengo there in Train Tunnel, clearing up OB's assault there and saving the radio. So yeah, good job to him. What he needs to do now is focus on getting it back up. Digging that down, getting the radio back up.
They really need this squad 2 and squad 5 out to the northeast to come in and help on getting down OB's radio, and they're actually getting farmed a little bit. It looks like Antonio. Let's fly over. Antonio for Bob is out to the east of OB's hab. It looks like he's just died. Yeah, he has. Oh no, he's got just no health, I think. He's got no health.
And Bob's train tunnel hab is back up, and they're starting to spawn. So, well done to, who was it there? Rengo, real clutch play there, clearing out the tunnels, getting the radio back up. They are disabled again, but he's done everything that he could to sort of help his team re-establish their position now. So it looks like the main fight's going to be Nicola. We've got Su-25 coming in on the Nicola hab, on Bob's hab.
This looks like it's not going to get the radio. They may get a hab, but it's not going to get the radio. Antonio has got a fantastic position here about him. Just come and have a look at the angle. Oh, he actually goes down, but he had an angle on OB's hab, and he's murdered loads of them.
And I don't know. I don't know if I'd continue the train tunnel push. I don't think I would. I would have reset everyone on Nicola, because now Bob's in some serious issues.
Yeah, 156 tickets to 214 in favour of OB right now. OB have back control of this hab that's inside the tunnels, and I don't think pushing in is going to do them any favour. His net gear pushes in. There's one. Lots of mortars going out. People's screens are going to be shaking.
Well, interesting. OB's got 2 attack Bobs on Nicola.
Oh, the mass spawning in on this hab on train tunnel. But OB are all over Nicola. They're all over Nicola. That SU-25 disabled the hab. Actually deleted the hab. They're all on the radio. They're going to have to mass spawn on train tunnel here and try and get a double neutral. Again, a double neutral that doesn't favour them.
Yeah, it was. It's real close there on Tire Factory. They delayed them for another 30 seconds, if that. They would have gone the other way. So I think, not to take anything away from OB, well done for them for getting the flip, but it was very, very lucky there, and I would say it was more luck of the draw than one team being particularly, amazing with their timings.
Radio goes down on Nicola. Nicola are about to go to neutral. What's the status on train tunnel? I can't see it at the moment.
So they're about halfway to neutral. So it should be a double neutral unless OB can stop. There's a lot of OB spawning on top of the train, but I don't know if it'll be enough to stop them.
What I'm not seeing is mortars down on OB's hab. I know it's been spotted because Antonio was lighting it up. Why aren't we seeing?
I think they're committing to mortaring the top of.
Oh no! Now they are. Now they are mortaring. Yeah, they've mortared it and it's disabled. That hab is now disabled. So as I was saying, that hab is now down to sticks. Completely gone.
Here we go, and this is going to be the double neutral.
So we're getting a new hab up here.
And there we go. There's a double neutral there. So well done from Bob there. Sort of reducing what could have been very bad. Could have been like a roll there. So well done for them having the sense to just body everyone in train. And really, it just becomes a matter of who pushes who. And if I'm Bob, I know I'm 86 ticket ahead. We won the last round. I just sit on train tunnel. I got to sit on train tunnel for half an hour, and I win.
Well, small bit of hope here for Bob, but the hab that was put up for OB and Nicola on the northeastern side, the radio has been spotted by the squad leader Skillis, and he has 2 guys, including the sapper combat engineer, coming over right now. They currently got mortars on that radio as well. He's going to jump off them.
And OB are losing their attack radio on tunnel there. Bob's managed to push out clear, obviously because they have the numbers. And are wiping essentially all of OB from train tunnel. I think there's one OB guy left on the top. Can't really do much. Enjoy. He is a good player, you know. If anyone's going to pull something out, I would say that he might be able to do it, but it's not very likely. But we'll see. I'll keep an eye on him inside. He's on their hab. He is only in AT though, so what's he going to do here?
In tight link.
Small push here for Bob on Nicola. This is what they need to do, but the squad leader gets deleted along with
And
his
he's done.
friend Naga.
We got a big repush to the north of train coming from OB. And I don't know why Bob's pushing out of train. I don't know what they're doing there. They need to go back and just sit in the cap. This is really foolish of them. They've got someone walking all the way up almost to factory. I don't understand the logic there. They need to come back and hold the flag. And if they're not careful, OB Squad 5 Beef, all of his guys are gonna come in, and they're actually outnumbering them already on train tunnel.
Yeah, we had one or two infantry spawn towards Nicola, but not many. Bob are again just very loose on their train tunnel defense.
Yeah, they just need to. I think they had the right idea initially, but I don't think they committed to it enough, which is just sit inside and hold the angles. You know, that's all they really needed to do, and just make sure you got enough people in there. Get your whole team in there, and then just leave one prodding from behind.
Squad 5 have just walked in, it seems.
Yeah, there was no one there essentially.
Beef is still alive. They do have a good wrap here from Antonio. Might be able to get behind them and wipe Beef's rally, which will really help Bob. But again, poor defense.
And I can see why it's getting thin now, because they sent quite a few there back into Nicola. I understand the desire. You know, you're behind on the Faros of the double neutral status, but it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, if you're ahead by almost 90 tickets, as long as you can keep it close and run down that clock, I don't really see the issue. And again, not to be too much of a negative Nelly, with this stuff of having just an hour limit on it, it doesn't really give you much chance to recover or do anything. And I really think, given a bit of more time, OB could have dragged that down to make it a lot more even, and the same in this round. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
We're seeing mass spawns on each side here, kind of. Oh, I said kind of.
OB was capping train for a bit there.
Yeah, Beef's rally actually got wiped by Antonio. That's weird. Beef is still alive. He kills Acid.
Ruiz manages to get a fob up to the north side of train tunnel as well. So that might be able to swing a different. But at the same time, Bob is doing a fairly decent decent job of sort of clearing into Nicola. And see, this is the thing, right? It's and why I think it's difficult, and this map is not the best, because it's all just like, it's management on the sense of how many people send where and when, and it is just kind of guessing, really. You know, how many people do you send there? How many people send back? I personally would just body one cat, especially if I'm ahead, and then just let them fucking panic about doing stuff like that.
Beef's really holding his own here on the top of the mountain, allowing the rest to come in. He's punched a hole basically from north to south.
OB are capping, and if Bob's not careful, they're going to lose this. They've overcommitted to getting Nicola back, and they're not getting in the cap doing stuff. And now OB are just capping the flag. It's not good for Bob. This is a big misplay on their half.
Yeah, Nicola is being capped by Bob, I think, but they're just allowing them in. No one has taken upon themselves to sit up on the hills. We have Antonio.
Yeah, work the top.
And one other guy with 0 health, but they've just walked straight through the middle. Solmir, Rullis has put down a new hab, like you mentioned, on the north. And the route from the hab to the cap is completely clear.
And there they go, they've got that. See, the issue is they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, 6 people almost a full 9-man squad fighting on train tunnel, but fighting outside of the cap zone for Bob, and that's why you lose that flag there. Just come sit on the top in the middle, sit in the cap zone. I don't get why they're not doing that. It seems just stupid.
Might be a bit of a twist here again, Barman. There is one guy, Massa, defending the radio for OB, which might save the game here for them because Bob do have a combat engineer just north of that new hab that was placed down.
Oh yeah.
But OB doing the right thing. This is a basic that I think needs to be done. You need one guy in a decent position defending the radio. Because that one combat engineer come round can't just ruin your attempt. And Nicola is not currently being capped by Bob.
They are neutralizing train tunnel again, though.
Yeah, why is it again? Bob are not playing the cap here. I'm not sure why. I just want to go over to Nicola and see how many of Bob are playing outside the cap because they're all static. None of them have really moved. You can see the size of the cap. They do have people. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they've got a lot. Yeah, I don't get it. I understand that you want to hold angles, but
they have
this game is about flags, right? Why wouldn't you sit on a flag? But then again, it's quite common. Anyone that plays pubs will know the frustration of seeing many people on your team fighting off in the middle of nowhere.
We also have the vehicle and the driver of the vehicle just sitting 4 meters outside the cap. Now he's back in it.
So Bob should get the neutral again on train. No, actually, got
Nicola
a
being capped.
few up coming in. So yeah, so they've got the neutral on train. It will go down in a second.
So they're actually capping Nicola as well.
Oh no, they're getting it back. They just managed to, and this is where it makes a difference. We've just had maybe 2 or 3 OB people creep into the cap zone, and we've got a bunch of Bob people just not in the cap.
Do you know what?
And that's making all the difference.
That combat engineer has walked past both the radio and the hab of OBs. That is really poor. He only had this area to look at, and he's walked past both of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's looking at. He's probably going to scave me for this. Nicola now capped by Bob. And train tunnel being capped by Bob.
Yeah.
The hab on Nicola for Bob is going down. And that's because OB are all over it. We have a squad leader running away from it. This is a strange map. Tickets 81 to 134. So Bob, it's a tightrope right now as to really what's going on. We're going to fly back over to train tunnel as I feel that's where the majority of the infantry are.
Bob's managed to pull back into the cap. I think OB are doing a decent job of getting into the cap zone, but again, it's quite difficult clearing that inside if they're just holding angles. I don't think I've seen Bob use the IED drone yet, which is surprising because that's a really, really potent, powerful bit of utility there, and it only takes 2 people to get it off. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't used that, or maybe they haven't. I didn't see it.
Here's a thought for you, Barman.
Mm-hmm.
We have OB effectively with better map control all over train tunnel. Bob are just bodying the tunnels, kinda. But then you have, if you look up to the north, you have Naga and Antonio just going off on their own, doing nothing. What's the purpose of that? I don't understand. They go into Tyre Factory. There's no mortars in the air right now. So that tells me there's probably nothing at Tyre Factory. But they're there.
I think,
that's why they're there, because they capped train tunnel. Ignore me.
I don't have enough though. They need 3.
Yeah, they need 3. We have had 2 people spawn on
the
these.
There we got the spawn. Yeah. So a little bit of a ways off, but interesting. But what I will say, it's easy to sit here in admin cam and have the fucking eagle eye and say, oh, they're doing this, that, and that wrong. I will say in their defense, this map is garbage. And a lot of what you're saying is because this map is so garbage. The flags are so far apart. It's not really necessarily about skill and strategy. It's like, oh, who got lucky with arriving at that place first? And people can say, oh, pretend that you're a tactical genius and you pulled off all the timing, but let's be honest, you don't know where the enemy is most of the time, and you're just kind of fucking guessing. So yeah, this is, I think a lot of this not making sense and us being quite critical of them. We've got to cut them some slack and be like, this map is absolute gash, and that's causing a lot of them the problems that they're suffering, right?
So OB are still sort of dedicating themselves to trying to get train tunnel. There is a few squad leaders still over at Nicola. There is a shipbox driving past. I don't know why they don't just get in it and drive towards train tunnel. They're too busy fighting the infantry that's over here, which is probably helping them, to be honest, more than OB, as keeping the infantry here is keeping them away from potentially capping train tunnel, as OB is still mass spawning on his hab, sending numbers direct down. It looks like OB actually got Bob's hab out to the west, so they don't have the security of this hab that fell down over on the west. They now only have the...
Oh, they lost their mortar fob as well.
Where was their mortar
Bob
fob?
lost it. It was where Squad 6 rally is. To the far southwest of, I wonder what happened there. Maybe they ripped it themselves, but more than likely they got decked by somebody. Oh, and they didn't actually cap Tire Factory back, OB, even though they capped those flags.
Ooh.
So they're going to be able to neutralize that real quickly.
So you see the third guy in Pumas, D-Ace. He's going to be he's going to be walking in right now. We're seeing vehicle activity on OB side, 30 mil BMP, which is, I don't know what it's doing. I think it's been stuck for about 5 minutes.
And there goes the tire factory neutral. Just about to take over, and they are going back, but they've mistimed that. I think what they probably thought is, oh, we've got loads of time because they've got to go all the way to neutral, but not realizing that no one went back to cap it back up when they had control. So they got issues.
You can see
they've got issues.
Mass infantry going north now. Basically, what people are watching is the map at the moment, not really watching fights. Do you know what's helped Bob here is the grind that they did with having this hab in the middle, because I remember when we played as Mumblerines, right? I'm just going to open the map now and look at train
What?
tunnel.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was never part of that organisation, and I dissociate anything to do with them whatsoever. I'm not part of such reprehensible human beings. Okay, I love you, Kurt, etc., etc.
We had a game versus FFO, right? And at the moment, the cap is a big circle, but it wasn't a big circle on this particular layer. It was square and rectangular blocks, and we had our hab 5 meters outside the cap zone, and FFO had their hab inside the cap zone. So because they were able to instantly spawn in and be on the cap, they got the middle flag and just sat and grinded it out. And that's what Bob have done here. They've put a hab right inside the cap and have basically gone, our reaction to you starting to cap in is just to press give up and spawn instantly and have numbers and bodies inside the cap. You're seeing OB having to walk, what is that, 400 meters to the cap? And what Bob can do is just press give up, bang, I'm back in the cap. I'm teleported, and I'm in the cap, and I'm helping the cap. And
Dude, what is this? Pumas Ace? I've got to fucking give him a shout out. I thought, like, the whole OB squad and a bit came back, and he's still alive fighting them off. Last of the 3. Well done to him. He's still alive fighting them. He might die. He finally got killed there, but fuck me, he did a good job of fucking slowing them all down.
Yeah.
You can see by a bunch of scattered bodies and them slowing getting everybody up.
Direkt als ich die Bandage raus.
Well done him. Sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, what a last stand for him. Well done him.
You can see 30mm. This is the first time we've sort of heard the vehicles coming in after the initial roll.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like there's been much this round of that, has there?
Tickets, it's fairly close, 66 to 76, and OB are going to have to do something fairly quickly to be able to get anything from this. Well, take that W from the match.
Yeah, 16 minutes left, our time of it. They ain't gonna do it. Let's just be real. They ain't getting this game back. They don't have enough time to do it. That's unfortunate. They might have been able to pull something back, but with the time, it ain't gonna fucking happen, is it? So.
No, we don't have many OB on the cap, and it looks like only a small selection of their squad can actually get there. That we have the 30mm parked up. He's going to be collecting infantry. I wonder if they're going balls in here. Drive that bitch straight through that that fucking train tunnel, dude.
Why not?
Drop them off.
What I will say is, I think Bob, where they've made the difference is in their utility, with their mortars and their backline and mines
Main
and stuff
camping,
like that.
yeah. Like,
I really think that's what's kind of swung it for them. And Real could shout out, and to me it seemed clearly obvious that they planned. They put the hab in a particular place, and they put mortars raining down directly above. So OB couldn't sit on the roof above and disable. They had to push it inside. So I like that strategy. I think it paid off for them, and
they
did a good job.
It helped them do that thing where they had to win that Nicola fight to be able to get Nicola back. They won that, was able to cap back, and then use that. Oh god. So I've watched the BMP be on the map for about 20 minutes, right? I think it's been mined, gone back to main, come back out, got mined again, come back to main, and has come out, tried to like use a really weird way of getting over the river, and then got fucking mined and just blew up. Honestly, it's been on the map for ages. It just hasn't fucking been able to get anywhere because of the back, like you said, this main camp.
That squad has done a real good job both rounds of causing issues.
It's what you have to do, and it just kills. It just kills like the effectiveness that they can use that BMP for. That could be a powerful tool, especially where they have their hab. That can be a really powerful tool to just throw HE constantly down. And help with the infantry getting in. It looks like the hab is disabled for OB right now. It is a combat engineer. And the combat engineers for Bob have been brilliant. Not only with the main camping, but apart from the one guy who's for some reason slipped around and didn't see it. Looks like he's got his C4 down on it, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I have to give another shout out, and apologies if I'm naming the wrong person, but I believe it was Rocky on Bob's side. He managed to clear OB out of train when they got the double neutral on Nicola and dig the radio back up so they're able to spawn. So that was really made a difference for them to get the double neutral and sort of claw it back. But again, I feel like,